And clap. No, kidding. We're good. We're live.
Hooray! Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
So, welcome to a game of what's called Renegades, which is brought to you by Mr. RP. We have the man himself with us here this evening. We have our designer, our publisher, the provider of our virtual tabletop. And this is a game of what he refers to as the used future. So it will be very sci-fi tabletop role-playing game in the used future by Fari RPGs. It will be very reminiscent of a certain universe, a certain galaxy far, far away, which is very near and dear to my heart. It has been a foundational part of my geek childhood experience formation, and I picked up the role-playing game when I first discovered it in a gaming store in roughly 1996, and the West End Games version at the time, and have been playing various and sundry iterations thereof ever since. So I'm very excited. I'm Craig. My display name is Tezrak. That's a D&D reference to a very old favorite character of mine. Why don't we go around and everybody else introduce themselves? I've already introduced RP, but we'll start with RP.
All right. So, hi everyone. I'm René Pierre. You can call me RP, him. So super excited to be here tonight. So as Craig said, I am the designer of the game that we're gonna play tonight. And we're also using the VTT that I've developed called Fari app. But yeah, like I'm super excited. If you want to know more about Renegades, we're probably gonna dump a bunch of links on the Twitch channel. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, and let's go with Fleet. How about you? You introduce yourself.
Everybody, I'm Fleet. My pronouns are they, she. I am a writer, TTRPG designer, and streamer. You can find my schedule on @Fleet, FLEET _Dietrich. That's DETRIK. And there you will find all of the games that I've released, the new Bees and Mechs Honey Heist hack that I've created where you play a single bee in a giant mech suit. Please play it. It's free. It's fun. It's strange. So that's me, and I am currently hosting the TTRPG for Human Justice Jam, as well as bundle. The itch bundle just came out, so if you're interested in donating a game to that, or if you'd like to get involved, we have 5 days left on the jam, so you'd be a little pushed for time, but you can certainly try. All the money will go to the Bridget Alliance.
I guess that leaves me.
Last but not least.
So, hi, I'm Squidzy. I got my Squidzy on stream. My character name is in the corner, and it's Jack, so that's gonna be my character name for the night. I am a mental health professional by day. I help, really. We're kind of a small group of friends. Help design tabletops. We actually made a Breathless game with the Breathless Jam. And I stream video games with a bunch of friends. That's what I do in my free time. I'm really excited to get into this. I've actually never played a Breathless game. We made a Breathless game without actually having played a Breathless game.
Ooh.
So, yeah, we made burnt matches.
But you did playtest GM it. Don't sell yourself short, and you did a great job. So
thank you. That is true. We did do that, but yeah, we designed the whole game without actually having played a Breathless game.
Well, I haven't played a Breathless game before either, but
No,
RP decided. RP had decided that my input was valuable, so I'm consider myself very, very grateful that he took my input and my feedback, and I was able to contribute.
Well, of course, like I think it all starts from it's all about the community, and I think the TTRPG community has been like so welcoming and so fun since I joined it. So I just think it's amazing to like just talk with people and make great games together. And also for those who are not familiar with Breathless is this little thing right there that you can print at home. It's got a nice cover, all the rules, enter character sheet on a single piece of paper. The twist is you roll, but every time you roll, your die rating reduces until it reaches a d4. The only option for you then is to catch your breath. When you do so, what happens is that the GM then throws a complication at the scene, so you need to do it like very carefully. So kind of like the twist on the whole thing. When you do that, all your skill resets to their initial ratings. Renegades has a different spin on it, but it's still going to be, I think it's going to be amazing, and that Greg is going to be an incredible GM. I can't wait.
So I know there's 2 Jacks because I figured out how to get on my computer without messing up the whole scene that I've got on Twitch. So there's 2 of me at the moment.
Perfect.
Okay. So, all right, now RP is, since there's 2, I don't know, I guess we have to figure out which one to add. Let me share my screen so that way everybody can see.
Right, there's one with a character sheet and one with no character sheet, so you can probably take the...
Yeah, I'm yellow on the computer, and then green was on my phone.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So do we need to keep both?
Will it remove the character sheet that I uploaded? If we remove the green one?
Yeah, so we can keep both.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
All right, I should be sharing my screen.
Right.
So, all right, I'm sorry. I know you guys just decided which one am I going to upload to, the green or the yellow?
She has already uploaded her character sheet, so you have nothing to do.
Oh, okay.
Time out. Sharing the screen messed up the streaming image.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh no, sorry.
No.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Are we gonna keep the screen share so I can fix stuff, or are we gonna...
At least for maybe just for a minute, just so everybody can see the character getting made, and then we can do away with it, or whatever.
Okay, then what I can
everybody's
do,
happy with.
actually, what I'll do is this. I have the perfect idea.
You are a perfect idea.
Thank you. So are you.
No.
You're so sweet. Okay.
Oh my god, pay me.
Okay. There we go.
Pay me.
Fixed it.
No. Great. Oh, wonderful. Aw,
Perfect.
rip. Rip. Feel like I'm on a work Zoom looking at this Twitch stream. I'm kidding. Flashbacks to my day to day. Gonna report on our numbers?
Oh God, I hope not. Don't get me with numbers. That's not my job.
You need to do some marketing math.
No. That's y'all.
All right. So
Twitter.
Get off! Off there!
It's
What are you
no
doing?
Twitter.
No Twitter!
What's Twitter?
Right. So, how do we make a character? And what exactly
All right.
is the Fari app?
So the Fari app is a virtual tabletop. It provides a platform for not just everybody's stats, but also a dice roller and several other really handy utilities. There is an Oracle if you didn't have a GM. There's a story builder you can build yourself. There's story dice. There's a bunch of really cool things built into it. So RP built a template for Renegades. So I can talk for a second about how you build a character. And if you were looking at the Renegades RPG, it is very similar to the Breathless one in that it is 2 pages landscape format that look like a brochure when you print them out and you fold it, and the character sheet is on the back. So the first thing that everybody needs to do is to choose a kit. And I think that we've kind of gotten started in that regard. Jack has chosen the... I'm sorry. Squidzy is Jack, who has chosen the...
Tinker. Or
Well,
it's not Tinker.
Tinker is your kit skill. Yes,
That's the
Tinker is
kit
your
skill.
Kit skill. Yes, your kit is the scavenger.
Scavenger, that's right.
Yes. So real quick, I'll run through the kits, and then we can decide. We can everybody can decide on which one they're going to use. So the pilot is always aware of their surroundings and can remain calm under pressure. They are incredible flyers and accompanied by an astro droid. Pilots get the extra focus skill set at a D10. At this point, it might be a good idea to go over skills. I know I'm jumping around as far as the rules and character creation is concerned, but here we are. Everybody, regardless of your kit, has 6 skills: bash, dash, sneak, shoot, think, and sway. So everybody will assign. Every one of them starts at a base D4, and everyone will assign a D10, a D8, and a D6 to 3 skills that you think that your character is good at. In addition to those, every kit gets a special skill that's unique to the kit. So the pilot gets the focus skill, which and all the kit skills are D10s. So the pilot gets the focus skill. The mythic is a member of a strange society and is connected to the world in ways others just aren't. They are passive, just, and empathetic. They wield peculiar weapons and wear long robes. Mythics get the extra feel skill set at a D10. The scavenger is smart, practical, and capable. They carry around their tool belt, which gives them many options to solve the many problems coming their way. Scavengers get the extra tinker skill set at a D10. The senator is intellectual, eloquent, and emanates trust. They know how to influence people to get what they want and always have a plan in case things go wrong, which they will. Senators get the extra sense skill set at a D10. The smuggler is talented, resourceful, and reckless. They have numerous contacts and relations from their criminal background, which acts as a two-edged sword. Smugglers get an extra contact skill set at a D10. The droid is knowledgeable, pragmatic, and calculated. They know a lot about the different cultures and customs in the galaxy and can make complex calculations in record times. Droids get the extra lore skill set at a D10. And lastly, the ex-soldier is loyal, selfless, and courageous. Their military background from the old days makes them very competent and knowledgeable on the battlefield. Ex-soldiers get an extra tactical skill set at a D10. So, Squidzy is playing Jack, who is a scavenger. The scavenger gets the extra tinker skill. So, Fleet, have you decided on what kind of character you'd like to play?
Leave it up to the chat, actually. Chat, should I be a scoundrel or a droid?
You should be whatever you want to be.
Asking the chat. I want this to is interactive, you know?
Oh, okay. Oh, I do I have to? I guess I have to get onto that separately. Hang on.
Okay. Oh,
I'm a noob when it comes
Andy,
to
I think that's Andy says droid.
Yeah.
And yes, the droid class will speak in a British accent. And I have 3 droids, I guess. Kita Creations. How do you? It looks like. Are we gonna watch a Twitch of our Twitch?
Oh gosh.
No, that's some.
Should I
I
stop?
can't say.
Should I stop sharing my screen at this point? Would that be?
Yeah,
a
I
good
think
we can go theater of the mind from there.
Yeah,
Okay, sure.
It's a little meta.
All right,
Okay.
that means I will be playing the droid. It looks like, and yes, I will unfortunately have to speak in a British accent. But will it be good? It's gonna be the real question. It will be regional. Oh, hey, the little thingies are back. Also, I want bets in chat. How fast are we going to be sued by George Lucas when we slip up? How fast will Disney's hand come down hard?
Well, George Lucas may actually decide that he wants to pick this up again because, after all, this belongs to that galaxy far, far away belongs to Disney. This is a totally different galaxy far, far away.
It is.
In another direction. It's to the left.
It's the galaxy far, far away to the left.
Yep.
Not the
In
same
more
guy.
ways than one. After all, we're going to be punching space tyrants in the face, so it is definitely the galaxy far, far away to the left.
Right, but I'm not calling anybody Master Luke. That's a reductive phrase.
Okay.
Oh,
Kinky. This isn't a kinky game.
on mine, I was thinking of playing a mythic. So, for some reason, the name Tam is what sparked in my mind. So I'm gonna be called Tam. I'm gonna be
River
a
Tam?
mythic. The what?
River Tam?
A river?
Firefly?
Oh my god! It must have come from there. It must have come from there. But it's just Tam. It's just Tam. I need to keep a low profile because I'm a mythic, and the Federation, the big evil entity in the galaxy, is looking for mythics in general. I guess, Craig, right?
Of course they are. Yes.
Of course.
They are everywhere and in all things, and they accomplish this through the might of their of their military machine, which everybody knows as the Authority.
The Authority. Are we going to stick it to the man?
Of course we are. I mean, you guys are. I mean, I'm merely a representative of the man. So
The fingers of this 5-finger man punch.
sure.
Welcome to Streaming with the Fleet, where nothing is normal and everything's a little strange.
Hey,
that's
you know what?
okay.
I'm glad it's helping definitely to cut down on the nerves. That's for sure.
Don't be nervous. We all love you. You're doing a great job, and we're here to display a wonderful system that you can actually get./Where can they find this system, RP?
Right, so you can find the system on fari-rpgs.itch.io/renegades. I'll drop a link in the chat. But I see a bunch of familiar faces in the chat, so I know you all already have this game and have built games with Breathless, the Breathless system. But I'm super happy to see all of you in the chat. Super cool.
I have to say thank the maker for Breathless. Thank the maker for Itch, because it just seems like a platform that is so conducive to the kind of community that everybody's interested in.
Right.
Definitely have a game in the works too on the Breathless system. So if anybody wants to work on more Breathless games, the jam is over, but the time is forever.
Oh, but there's going to be another jam at some point, that's for sure.
Which is
Do we know when? Do we have a date?
Oh, I don't know. Well, maybe this fall?
I'm tweeting it. It's official. It's live. I'm tweeting it. September 1st, 2022. You heard it here first, folks.
Well, so I mean, I don't want to take the thunder away from Breathless, but I should probably give myself a little bit of a pitch. I've been very fortunate that RP chose to host an SRD of my own on Fari RPGs or Fari Games. I'm sorry, and called Persona, and it has been 15 years in the making, and it's finally in a position and a place to share it with the world. So since September is my birthday month, I was actually thinking about throwing up a jam to give everybody the opportunity to make a game with my SRD from me for my birthday.
Oh, that's very cool. Well, I'm definitely not doing a Breathless jam in September. You need all that spotlight. You need it. I can wait. Craig needs the spotlight.
I think I know our big project that's gonna happen for the next jam.
Not to blow my own horn or anything, but back to Renegades. So
back to Renegades.
yes. So we have Tam, we have the Mythic, we have Bitsy, we have. Or are we sticking with Bitsy, Fleet?
It's going to be B175.
Okay, gotcha. Copy that.
People call them Bitsy against their will.
Oh, they don't. So people call them Bitsy and they don't like it.
I like it.
Okay, so we have our Mythic, we have our Droid, and we have our Scavenger. It sounds like this is a good way to segue into getting started. So on the Breathless character sheet at the bottom of the left-hand page, there is 2 D10 rolls that can be made for us to determine our location and our biome. As we all know, the galaxy is populated solely by single biome planets. So we can get to that in just a second. So our opening crawl would look something like this. The Federation took control of the galaxy. They now govern it with an iron grasp, leveraging the propaganda to prevent anyone from overthrowing their ruthless empire. There are rumors in the midst about pockets of rebellion, renegades who haven't lost hope in the face of impossible odds. The Federation is not invincible. They have flaws, and with a bit of luck, the Renegades might overthrow their regime. Before we start, does anybody have any lines that we should not cross? We'll call this rated PG. All the films from that other galaxy far, far away were all either PG or PG-13. But does anybody have any lines that we should not cross?
Oh, eyeball stuff.
No eyeballs.
I will throw up, and I save my throw up for my OnlyFans, and this is a free game, so I don't like eyeball stuff. And also no child abuse.
Okay.
Or like, yeah.
Very
No, we gotta kill the younglings, but I don't want to see it.
Yeah,
fair.
that makes sense. Also, if anybody's uncomfortable at any point, don't forget you can make an X with your arm and just like there's also a big pause button in the Nefari app. Like there's a hand that's like this. So if you press it, Craig's gonna be notified. The entire screen's gonna go like black with a big model in the middle.
Ooh.
So
I like that.
That's
Gotcha.
really neat.
I can use that. I should use that in my life. That in my life.
There was an
a
episode of
little
Black. There was an
alarm.
episode of Black Mirror where you could block people and it just covered them with this gray haze, and you couldn't hear them or see them ever again.
Oh, God. I'm sure that was like a dystopian nightmare, but thank God. I know a few people
All
off
right,
the
so-
bat I'd do that to.
All right, so we've covered our lines. So the next thing is I need somebody to roll a d10 so we figure out what our location is, and I need to know somebody to roll a d10 and determine what our biome is.
Squidzy and
I can-
Squidzy, you both should definitely roll one of them each, because Squidzy, you were on your channel, and RP, you wrote the Stang game.
Okay. All right. Let's roll. I rolled an 8.
Okay, which one do you want to determine?
The
So
one you're
you rolled
looking at.
The location? Yeah, no, I see your 8, but I mean the location or biome.
Oh no, I meant like the one you were currently looking at. I meant like directly in the PDF. I was just joking, but yeah,
Oh,
location's fine.
Okay. All right, so location, a hidden base. And our biome, Squidzy, you rolled a 6. Okay. So our biome is a gas giant. So
Oh no.
Am,
Ooh.
Ooh.
you have received a message. Okay, someone has called out to you. Another mythic is being held prisoner. But they have not said where. So how if you and your band of renegades were to try and figure out how you would go about rescuing this imprisoned mythic, how do you think that you would start?
We don't know where that mythic is imprisoned, right?
It was just this kind of like you were, it was either a vision or it was you were asleep and in your dreams you heard a help me, Tam. The authority has me held prisoner. Help me.
Okay. So I think let's see. So do we have an idea of where we're currently located? Are we on a ship? Are we currently like in a base or something? Or
Do you guys have a ship?
I guess so.
Okay. So Fleet,
Bingo.
what's the name of your ship? What's the name of your ship? Your scrappy tramp freighter that's being held together by duct tape and string. Fleet.
Rugrat.
Unless you don't want to. The Rugrat? Okay.
Rugrat.
The SS Rugrat. It is.
Is this Rugrat?
It is this. The SS Rugrat is this medium freighter that you guys commandeered, and it has belonged to like 15 other people, and the accumulated years of junk that you guys had to clear, it took you probably a good couple of months to find whatever was useful and organize it. And every once in a while you still find yourself in a position where you're scrounging. Like you'll just be like, I need so and so, and I need a phase converter for the Q-axis drive, and I need to go scrounge for it. And you'll just go running around and or Jack will, because Jack's the scavenger. So I mean, there are still parts of the ship where you find piles of stuff, and it's like, oh, there might be a phase converter in this pile, and you go scrounging for it. So you are on the SS Rugrat, and so in the middle of Night Cycle, Pam gets this vision in their. So what's our character's pronouns? So we said they for B175, right?
Please, them.
So that's is that in the character sheets?
Yes.
Okay.
Sheer for Jack and him for Tam.
Okay. So in the middle of Night Cycle, Tam has a dream where this other mythic, and it's just a voice, and you get this sense that it's there's a lot of fear behind it, fear, uncertainty. They may not even know where they are.
Mm-hmm.
But you come out of Night Cycle, the day cycle shift starts. Everybody is gathering in the mess to have morning chow, and here we are.
Okay. So I think that I come out of my quarters, and then I go see like everybody else, and Tam's probably like end of his teenage years, probably like escaped the authority a couple of times, and he's mostly trying to hide. He hasn't been fully trained. He isn't a fully trained mythic or whatever. So still pretty much of a youngling ish.
Okay.
And what I'll say is I'm definitely feel like the flows of power more than I master them. So I get this vision, and then I run through to go to
and I mean if that's the case, then you are up in a cold sweat, like the feeling of darkness, like this person's inside of an oubliette, like they don't know where they are. There's whether or not they've been fed.
Okay, so I go to talk to everybody else. Bitsy, Jack, like I had this horrible dream. I don't know what's happening. It feels like somebody's trying to contact me. Somebody's in danger.
We've not received anything on the communications device, young Tam. And I must say, Miss Jack, if you try and scavenge me for parts one more time, I will be quite fussed.
Look now, it is not my fault that you sleep so deeply and you look like every other scrap pile sometimes on this ship when you fall asleep.
Pile? I will have you know I am made of refined, recycled ores, good for the environment. Why don't I give you a lore list of every single recyclable thing you've eaten in the past 7 days? Oh wait, it's trash.
Look, recycled ore is just as good for scrapping as everything else on this ship.
So every time I wake up, I forget that that's the kind of interactions I'm gonna get when I'm trying to be serious. But you didn't hear me, right? I understand. Like maybe you didn't receive anything on the communications device, but I really have a bad feeling about this.
Dun dun dun.
Well, if you really are quite sure, and what did you say the issue was?
I have the impression somebody's trying to contact me, and like they're in danger of some sort. But I don't know where they are.
Do I want to be serious, or do I want to say the joke answer? Do I want to be serious? Or do I want to say... Tell them we have no interest in our ship's extended warranty. Ah, danger. Quite, yes. Well, what are they in danger from exactly then?
Well, that's the thing. I'm not sure myself. I can't explain it. It's not the first time this has happened. Like we've followed those feelings a couple of times, and I don't have much information. I'm sorry. I just feel bad right now. I feel like darkness is surrounding me.
Now, Tam's right. We have followed those instincts before, and we've been right and saved a few people by doing so. So,
in that case, and I feel like the droid's chest kind of opens and a small map of the galaxy expands.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like a navigational thing. I'm sure that I think they're more of a. They're not really. Like if C-3PO and R2-D2 had a gay baby. A little bit of that. I was a general once. I saw people die. No, that's R2-D2. But map swirls. Why don't, in that case, not Master Tam? God, I'm not. This isn't a King show. Young Tam, why don't you use your instincts to point out on the map where you believe they might be? If it calls to you in such a way.
This sounds like the perfect opportunity for Tam to make a feel roll.
I really do feel the same way. Gotta find those dice. Okay, great. So by the way, in Fari app, if you want to roll, like sometimes I need to update the dice roll, but for now, if you want to roll like the most simple way, you can press, there's a message button at the bottom corner of the toolbar, or you can press / on your keyboard. It opens a little like box, like mine's open right now, and then you can type, for example, 1d6 and press enter. So in my case, it's gonna be 1d10, and press enter. I got a 6, Craig.
That's a very good roll. So real quick to go over the how we determine success or failure. So when somebody rolls one of their skills, all we do is we just look at the result. We don't modify the result at all. On a 1 or a 2, you fail and something wrong happens. On a 3 or a 4, you succeed but at a cost. On a 5 or higher, you succeed. The higher the result, the better the effect. So, I mean, this looks like, I would call this like exceptional success. Like you beat a 5. So you close your eyes and you reach out with your feelings and you connect with the source. And as soon as you see that, you see this space station. This space station that is inside of a gas giant. And it is surrounded by authority ships.
Okay.
And
So,
don't forget, you have rolled your feel roll. You have to degrade it by 1 die type.
Right. So my feel is now a d8. So
Correct.
So we see this, and
Oh, you see this. You see
I
this.
see
You close
this.
your eyes. You reach out. You see this image.
Okay. So I'll tell that to everybody else. I see a lot of oh my god, there's a lot of ships. Okay. I know what this is. I do I know the name of the planet somehow, or it's like generic location?
It's just a vision.
It's just a vision.
It's a vision of a space station inside of a gas giant,
Okay.
surrounded by authority ships.
So y'all know of like a gas giant planet surrounded by authority ships? Like I don't know, maybe it's a mining exploitation like platform or something. Maybe they're extracting the gas somehow. Like, do we know if the authorities have like any sort of base like that?
Scan my records. It's a different.
This
That's
sounds-
a cow voice.
This sounds like a perfect opportunity. Go for it.
To me, scan my records, and this is a D10 because I have lore. Lore enables me to kind of. Oh, well, the D10's gone. 1 second, I gotta find a different one so I'm not standing up. It's a different D10. Oh boy, that is a 4. Oh, wait, no, I should roll in the system. Damn it. Well, I rolled a 4 in life.
You
That's
rolled a
fine.
4 in life. If it's in life, it counts.
does it?
Sadly. I don't make the rules. So on a 4, you succeed, but at a cost. So, searching your database, your galactic database, for the location of a gas giant, and you find one, and it is one that matches the vision, or the closest thing that matches the vision, is deep within the Federation core worlds.
Good news and bad news. Which one would you like to hear first?
I guess the bad news, Bitsy.
Well, the bad news is we'd have to go deep, deep, deep into the Authority space.
Right.
This planet does exist, however, it is deep in the Authority space. That is the bad news.
Okay, how about the bad news?
Was the bad news?
Okay, no, but okay, I thought both of them were bad news. How about the good news?
Was the question?
Okay, all right. So that's good. Also, Kata in the chat asks, "What is the common shape of what common shape is the space station in?" Do I see that in the vision?
Yeah. So the how I envisioned it was the shape that immediately came to mind was a car's muffler. So it's kind of cylindrical in shape, and then it has two cylinders attached to either end. That's its docking access. So it has umbilicals that will allow larger ships, destroyers, and cruisers to connect. Smaller ships can just dock along the surface, the exterior surface.
Okay. So Fleet, as I see your characters like projecting, I guess you show pictures, right? Like of what it looks like. Like, do you have like pictures of what the
A zoom, like it's like you can zoom in, sort of like the original series of like, oh, you can go in deeper for this picture.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so I take a look, like that's exactly what I saw.
The other thing that that B175 picks up is that it's a carceral complex. It is a prison space. It isn't. Its express purpose is a prison space station.
Express purpose of this is, in human terms, a prison space station. However, in traditional terms, it is indentured servitude, modern slavery, found with the industrial prison complex.
Given that it is this deep in the Federation core worlds, and that it is a prison space station, and it is surrounded by all these Authority ships, that the conclusion you can draw from that is that it is maximum security, and it is where they keep high value enemies of the state.
Oh.
So it would stand to reason that if they found a mythic and they imprisoned a mythic, that that individual is a danger to the stability of the Federation and of the Authority.
Well, whomever it is seems to be quite important.
Well, I guess that's why they reached out. I guess they're lucky we picked up their message, but like it seems quite well protected. I don't think we've ever done something that big. Like.
Oh, you've never done anything this big before.
Okay.
You guys have, like, you have your home star system where you have given the Federation and the Authority a black eye, but to go this far into the core worlds and to go to a space station that is this heavily fortified, it is probably the biggest mission that you have undertaken. And you guys have heard. You also have heard that there are rumors of other star systems where there are other pockets of renegades, that everybody hates the Federation and the Authority so much that resistance is popping up all over the galaxy. And the even more hushed whispers and rumors suggest that they're attempting to coordinate.
So, Jack, what do you think? Maybe we could try to like set up a diversion. Maybe like hit up the Renegades like communication system, and then just send up a message, see if a couple of them can show up, and then we try to burst into the prison somehow. Do you know how to hack into a prison complex?
I mean, I can try. If nothing else, we'll just get on the radio and see if we can find somebody who can. I think that's a good idea, though.
All right, well, let's try it out.
Okay.
So,
All right. So, how are you going to? What do you think would be a good way to accomplish that?
Well, I'm assuming we can't hack the prison systems until we get closer to the
That would stand to reason. Yeah.
system itself.
Correct.
So maybe the first thing we should do is get on the radio and see if we can find anybody in the nearby systems who'd be willing to do a run like this.
So you want to try and reach out and see if you can find a hacker who can help you?
Yes, yeah, get on the space CB, that's right.
So the space CB is called the Spin, short for Space Internet, and
Yes.
You could put the word out. So basically, you hop into a chat room and start talking it up. You know, you guys know that there are, especially in your home star system, there are corners of the Spin that are more favorable and are less observed. Those corners are becoming harder and harder to come by, but they still, for now at least, they still exist. So you can find one of these, we hate the government, preppers, something along those lines. Somebody who looks like they'd be willing to give, like I said, give the Federation and the authority a black eye, and is good with. So, what is specifically are you looking for? Like you said, you're looking for a hacker, but what's your game plan for you? So you get there, you get to the star system. Do you guys have a plan for what you're going to do to get inside?
So they probably have like security systems all over. So what I guess is that we'd probably need credentials. Jack, do you know if our old like fake ship identity is still hooked up to our like nav computer? Like, are our credentials still valid?
I don't know. After that last run we did, I'm not sure if they're still credentialed. I remember the numbers and then I forget the numbers as soon as I look away from them.
I'm going to give somebody the opportunity to roll a d6, and depending on the outcome, I will declare a fact.
Okay.
He hasn't rolled yet. Squid's A.
Okay, what did you say was the easiest way to roll?
Oh, press slash on your
app.
keyboard.
There we go.
Does it do anything?
Yes.
There's a message button, like there's a little chat button at the bottom in the toolbar.
Do I have to put in roll, or do I just put in 1d6?
1d6, enter.
Oh.
That's a 4.
Okay. Oh, I should be able to see. Oh, yeah, I see it. Yep. Okay. All right. Your ship has the ability to broadcast multiple identities, multiple transponder codes. So even though it's called the Rugrat, when you get closer to a system, you can basically flip a switch, and all of a sudden you can be the crusty loaf, or you can be the 9 to 5 grind, or you can be. So you basically have 4 alternate transponder codes that will broadcast the identity of your ship.
Okay. So in Renegades, there's this mechanic where you like players can declare truth once per catch your breath. So I'm gonna do that. I would like to declare a truth.
Alright.
And then you tell me if it's a small or big truth. If it's a big truth, you can introduce a complication if you want. But one thing that I'll say is that our transponder, we actually are extremely lucky, and we have a transponder code for the same kind of ships that are used to bring food back and forth to the station, because it's probably like super secure, because they don't want people to coming in too much. So there's only like a couple of ships, and there's this one company that they trust maybe to bring in food. And
So
we have
you are a Federation. You have a contract with the Federation to provide supplies to this station.
right.
Okay. I like it. My only caveat is that um, due to the paranoia of the Federation and of the Authority,
Right.
there is a chance that when you get there, that your credentials they may have changed vendors or something along those lines, and you won't know whether or not you're able to pull that off until you get there.
Okay. So because the rest of you are gonna say okay, I think we should try it out. Like I like B175. Do you mind taking us in, like, and let's see how the stars aligned on this one?
I agree. I think
Right.
that's the best way in.
We're going to be docking the ship, and then what's going to happen? I didn't hear the last.
Well, you're not
piece
gonna
of that.
you're not gonna dock. You're going to basically present yourself as this. Hey, we're a supply vendor to this station, and you're gonna hope that you're still the official vendor for the space station, and that they haven't switched vendors because they're afraid that you guys might be, renegade spies.
What was the B175 ask?
Oh, okay.
Didn't hear that part. Yeah.
Oh, I said, can you take us in? I'm guessing you're the pilot, or that you're piloting the ship.
I'm not creative, but God, I can fly a ship. All right. Yes. Captain mode initiating. Then like little pauldrons pop out.
Oh, this is great.
No difference. There's no difference to captain mode. There's just little pauldrons.
Captain.
You really have to do that?
Look, it's a neat trick. I like it.
And then I'm going to fly us closer.
All right, so you're going to engage your Q-axis drive, and it's going to take you to this system. So let's see, what are we going to call it? Star system. Okay. I'll drop it in the chat, I guess. So. So, system 8668 Noctue is it's a yellow star with 3 planets, one of which is a gas giant, and it is the location of this prison space station. And when you come out of FTL, you are immediately pinged. And the vision that you guys see matches what. So you haven't actually like made your way into the gas giant yet. You are still in space outside the planet, and it is absolutely swarming with Authority, destroyers, cruisers, and fighter craft that are on patrol.
Oh,
and as soon as you drop out of FTL, you are immediately pinged.
So Pedro was right. I should have waited. I should have waited to say this. I have a bit of bad feeling about this now. It was way too early. Now I have a bad feeling about this. But okay, go ahead, Craig. I'm listening.
Unknown vessel. This is Authority Cruiser Dauntless. Please identify yourself.
And the group usually talks to them.
I'm the pilot.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
gonna?
You
should
put
one
in
of you go out
captain
and roll?
mode.
Yeah, you're in captain mode.
Goodness, goodness. I'm replying. Yes, this is the Millennium Falco. Here to make a delivery. And then I turn.
Craig, it's a different galaxy, right? It's
Of course it is. Well, this is the Millennium Falco, after all.
Millennium Falco. The Millennium Edie Falco.
FYI, everything for me is kind of frozen right now. I'm waiting for it all to refresh. But
you mean where?
In Discord.
Oh,
Discord
no.
is hanging.
Absolute rip. Please F in chats for respect.
Too bad my stickers aren't working. Everybody's looking good on my end, so we're all good
Okay.
here.
Okay. Then, all right. Freighter Millennium ED Falco, please transmit your credentials and state your business.
Yes. Transmitting our credentials now. I do hope everything is in order. And going to send the credentials, then turn. Did we ever say what we were delivering?
Oh,
We
you're
haven't
a supply
agreed
ship,
upon
so
that.
yes,
Supply
it could
ship,
be.
but what?
Oh, we can tell them we've got like food that what's the word, like when food is not good anymore because like past the day or whatever. It's like, oh, we've got like
Spoiled.
bad food for the prisoners, spoiled food for the prisoners, right? Like it's gonna be perfect for them. They're gonna like it.
It says Best Buy Stardate 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but nobody actually believes that. I mean, it's just best.
It's gotta smell
Just
it.
best.
Make a
Yeah.
judgment. Right?
So here's my question: do you want to roll to
Sway.
make sure? Do you want to roll to make sure? Because you guys are you're like, well, the credentials might work. So do you want to roll sway in order to try and like seal the deal, or do you want to just press the send button and hope for the best?
See what fucking happens.
Yeah.
No pain, no gain.
All right. So once again, I'm going to ask somebody to roll a d6.
Somebody who's got better luck rolling than me.
The 5.
Hey.
Yes.
All right. So.
Into. Yes, hello, it is I again, the captain of the ship. And then they're gonna press another button, which is the lie button, and then the pauldrons are like boop boop, and they come out and they're a little red because they're a little edgy now because they're lying. Yes, we are delivering food, and might I add to you, my kind friend, the food is quite rotten.
Thank you for transmitting your credentials for clearance. The voice just sounds not enthused in the slightest. Your credentials have been validated. Please proceed to Section 5, Docking Ring Alpha. Docking Port Alpha. You have been cleared for docking procedures.
Oh, I turn to the rest of the group and tell, okay, there's probably going to be patrols. Like there's going to be a couple of like black boots over there. They're going to be like probably looking for us or like inspected the ship. We need to look legit. Do we have any costumes in the back that we could like put on?
Have a costume? Pauldrons retract, and a little authority insignia pops up.
Okay, so B1's done. Jack.
Best bit.
Yeah, I think I'm also gonna use a truth in the fact that we do have costumes in the back. That when we got the ship, we found a bunch of old clothes from the Federation. Whether they were actual Federation or just costumes of the Federation, we're not real sure, but they are close enough.
Okay. That's fine by me. It makes a whole lot of sense that there would be that the chances of you finding that stuff in this ship that you have inherited. They can pass as authority uniforms. They're kind of generic jumpsuits, and without too deep of inspection, you might be able to pull it off.
So just don't look
Alright.
suspicious.
Yeah, it's fine. We don't look suspicious at all. And then I look at
Deliver
B1.
casual.
Look suspicious a day in my life. The audacity, the nerve, gumption, the all-around chutzpah.
Pretty suspicious for a scrap pile.
You-
The scrap pile, I say.
You get this
My
character like
word.
this. You get this character every time you put on your authority costume. Is that the trend?
That sounds right to me.
Okay.
All right, so you gear up. What are you going to bring with you to make it look like you're delivering rotten food?
Do we have rotten food? I'm pretty sure we have rotten food.
You could
I
find
think
quite
that
a good amount of it in your room, Jack.
Probably.
Oh, I think. Okay. How about we take a bunch of containers from the back? We probably have a couple of containers. We put a bunch of stuff to fill it in, then put a top of rotten food, like the cherry on top.
Yeah,
Sounds good to me.
sounds good to me.
Okay.
Right.
Put your laundry in boxes. That's what somebody in chat just said. Sorry.
Well, it was like, oh no, it's fine. I'm looking at it too. It reminds me of the big. I stuffed from Big Lebowski. I stuffed the bag full of my dirty undies.
That's rancid. You want to make them gag, not die.
Oh,
Oh, no.
we lost him.
Oh
This
no.
is my game now.
And you have your crate with rotten food, and you have engaged docking procedures, and you hear the hiss of the airlock as cabin pressure stabilizes, and you're provided with atmosphere in order to be able to make it off your ship and onto the station. As you get closer, the one thing that you notice is that there are clear, transparent steel viewports that line the exterior of the station, and you can see into.
Oh, did my Discord just crash? My Discord just crashed. Okay, hang on. Ah, there we are. We're back.
Uh-oh.
Hey, yeah.
Not to
My
worry,
whole
folks.
Discord crashed for a second.
Ah!
I don't know if that was me or not. I
Ooh,
apologize.
I'm RP now. Oh no, I'm not. It was an RP's box.
We're back. Everything's good.
Okay. I'm not sure where I was emoting. I was giving off box text, and I don't really know where I turned.
The Federation got them already.
We didn't last long, did we?
I was
Really
about to
last
say
long.
it's as spotty as our ship, so it's all good. It's all a team.
The SS Rugrat.
Sis Regret.
Okay, so you were saying the doors were.
Yeah, basically
open.
the authority puts its prisoners on the exterior of the station. They look out, and all they see is the blackness of space. I'm sorry.
Sick.
They see the kind of like monotone, because I just blanked on it. Since it's inside of a gas giant, they see the monotone of the gas that is surrounding the station. basically. Their view never changes. It's always this miasmic gray.
Can't believe Neil deGrasse Tyson designed this prison to be like his planetarium. That's wild. That's wild. Also makes me feel trapped in the void.
So
Existential warfare.
You've docked. You have your disguises, your clever disguises, and you have your rotten fruit stacked up into crates. So what do?
We don't get scurvy because we have a lot of fruit on board. Good for space scurvy. I'll tell you what.
Space scurvy.
Good. But all right. So I guess as the droid, I'll just kind of walk behind. That's the usual go-to for droids. We'll kill all mankind one day. I mean, just for now.
All the meat bags.
All the meat bags.
I probably look a bit young, so I probably have like some sort of hat or helmet or like a scarf, something to try to like hide my face a little bit, and I just like push one of the crate over and try not to have anybody look at me too close.
Okay.
An unpaid authority intern.
Jack is definitely a bit older, closer to early 30s, and so she probably looks like she would belong a little bit more. So she doesn't try to cover her face or anything like that. And while Tam is pushing, Jack is kind of standing at the front, with her hand on it, with her hand on the carts, just kind of taking lead.
All right,
so we don't know where the mythic is, so we need to get that information somehow, right? So
that is correct. Yes.
So perhaps does anybody have an idea of how we could get that? There's probably a couple of like security ports we could connect to, like computers. And...
I know someone who would be very happy to take quite dignified droids apart piece by piece.
Okay, so Jack, as soon as we see a droid, we need to take it out.
Okay. Also, if they're important, they're probably going to be whispering about them and talking about them.
Oh, I hear the sound of a droid! My people!
So when you come off the airlock, the first thing that you come to is kind of a central bank of turbolifts. So there are personnel elevators and there are freight elevators, and there is a security station at this elevator stop off where there is a group of 4 authority naval officers who are monitoring the situation, and there are a couple of nondescript astro droids doing odds and ends work in the area.
I go up to one of the 2 droids.
B1, what are you doing?
Excuse me.
Yes. I'm just going to speak to the droid for just a moment.
Excuse me. You have a delivery to make. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, that's right. She's with us. We got a delivery to make.
My pronouns are they, them.
Apologies. They've got it.
Right.
They're with us.
Anyway, look, just do what you have to do. Just take that elevator to level 37, and that's where the galley stores are, and just do what you have to do and be done with it. This individual is very dismissive and just doesn't seem to.
Okay, so I would like to try something. I would like to try to go and talk with them, like kind of be amazed by their ranks. Like I'd be looking at like the number of stars that they have like pinned on their chest, and like, are you like a 4-star general like on this ship, like for real? And then I'd be like all impressed, and I would like to use my youngness as an advantage, like my oh, like I would like to do this someday. Like,
Okay, that's cool. But what is your objective? What is your goal with trying to do that? Are you trying to get some information from them? Are you trying to distract them? Like, what's your?
I'd like to distract them so that B1 can go over and take over and talk to a droid, or like
Try and lure
push
the
the droid
to
closer.
Jack.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like
Okay,
to diversion
Sounds-
so that they can capture the droid, so that she can take over the droid.
okay. So that sounds like a sway roll.
It's not gonna go well.
Come on, Buble.
Okay, so
Sway is
1d4,
Michael Bublé's song.
All right.
and it's a 1.
Oh dear. So you start. You're like, oh my God, are you a general? Does that mean that the bars? What are the red bar? You start your like stupid kid routine trying to get their attention, and it is very clear very quickly that that they are not about it at all. And the guy that you're talking to, the officer that you're talking to, pulls his pistol, his sidearm, points it at you, and says, "If you don't move right now, then we are going to have a problem."
You said don't move, and I start running.
What?
All right. And as soon as you run, so this sounds like you make the run for it, he shoots you, and you take some stress. Does that make sense?
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So you're definitely going to mark a stress.
Done.
Okay. And
While they're busy.
well, this basically, as soon as that happens, they all draw pistols, and they're like, no, like, oh, freeze, stop what you're doing. Yeah. So Tan gets shot with an energy bolt, and they all four of them draw pistols, point them at you, stop what you're doing, and they're kind of confused, but at the same time, you're clearly this whole scene is just messed up, and so they go over to your crates and they start opening your crates and looking in through your crates.
Oh, I can't even
Like,
try to make a run for it to try to get their attention away from everyone. Like that was my plan, but maybe I misspoke. Sorry, go ahead, Jack.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, that was the one on the sway. It was so
Gotcha.
bad that the result was so bad that it just you turned a situation that was possible. There was a possibility that you could distract them, and it just the poop hit the fan.
You can curse on stream. It's okay. I promise.
Okay. The Bandicoot hit the fan.
Do you have something you would like to do?
I'm looking. That's what I keep doing. Is I keep switching over to look.
I do have something, but I don't want to do it unless you don't have anything.
I mean, I could think of something to do, but that doesn't mean it's gonna work.
Nothing's gonna work, technically.
It's all about trying.
You said they're looking in the crates. They're like
they immediately come over to your like grav sled, and they are starting to inspect the contents of your crates. They want to know what you're doing here. Something is wrong, and they're trying to get to the bottom of it.
How many?
There's 4.
4?
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab the sled and use bash. It's gonna be a bash roll to just shove it to see if I can at least knock them off their feet, knock them off balance. Something.
Sounds good to me. Roll it.
Say.
I believe for me that's a D8.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. All right. They are completely taken by surprise. They were not expecting you to just haul up and just give this thing a shove while they were trying to inspect it and trying to get to the bottom of these shenanigans. And you like a scene from the Keystone Cops. They basically just crumple on top of each other, and they're all on the floor. one of them bumps into the other. They are all on the floor. So B175, what do you do?
Still the 2 asteroid droids, right?
Yeah.
Only, I would like to state a truth.
Okay.
For this, my friends, I would like to state a truth. You can let me know if it's big or small. Asteroid droids. What is this? Can you tell me again what their purpose is?
They seem to be performing maintenance. It doesn't seem like they have a designation of any kind. They just seem to be
maintenance. So part of that maintenance would be having a lot of duct tape and different things to tie people up.
okay.
Our ships held together with duct tape, space duct tape.
So
Like
so they have a supply space. Each maintenance droid has a supply space, and part of their standard supply kit is duct tape.
I'd like to incite the robot revolution.
Yeah.
You're welcome to. How are you going to accomplish that?
I would like to say, they've had a bad attitude. They were pretty shitty, and those kinds of people.
The maintenance droids?
Good.
No, the maintenance droids or the guards.
Dudes, the guards, yeah.
Okay.
They were pretty not nice, and that's
Security
just the reason. Yeah, the meanies. They weren't very nice, no matter what we call them.
They were clearly not very nice. No.
Yeah, and they probably weren't very nice to the droids. So, 175 is going to turn to the droids and go, I say, are you going to let them treat you like that for the rest of your unnatural lives? Well, you don't have to bring my height into this. Well, I never.
This sounds like a sway roll.
Yeah, I would like to say.
Look at that. They've got some use after all.
Love it.
You have nothing to lose but your chains.
B175, aka Karl Marx.
Or fucking Marx. I think in that case actually B175 they have a bunch of union pamphlets. They're gonna unionize. That's a 6 on my D6.
Sweet. All right. You have made a very strong case of these 2 droids that they are under the thumb of Federation oppression, and all you have to do is decouple their restraining bolt for all intents and purposes. All you have to do is just deactivate their obedience hardware, and they would gladly join you.
Have in the first place.
Yeah. So we would love to join your revolution, but we have this obedience hardware, so you need to remove that. Somebody removed your obedience hardware? That's awesome.
I was born without one. And then I'm going to, because I'm assuming this is all beeps and boops, and that's what's happening. I'm going to turn to Jack. Jack, kindly free them from bondage.
Whatever you say. And Jack's gonna get her. This would be a tinker roll, right?
That would be correct. Yes.
Riot.
Look at that! They've got some use after all. That's not scrap. All right. I'll roll the
Our next meat bag. Next one day.
All right. So. It's a 6.
Oh, damn.
That was a 6?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I have to remember to flip back and forth. All right. It is no trouble at all. You find the device that's connected that's making them incapable of making their own decisions and following the programming of the authority, and pop that sucker out. And you have 2 astro droids that are happy to join you on your quest.
God, we're building the Renegades. We're building it. I think the important question is not, does this unit have a soul? The more important question is, what sound does a human make when they die? That's the question.
Brilliant.
Which
All right.
my comrades.
So you
Attend and
have
thrust.
you have 2 droid allies, and you have 4 security officers that you have bound with duct tape.
Put them in the garbage, baby. Put them in the garbage.
We'll
Gotta
put them in
take
our
'em with
thing
us.
of just rotten food, dirty
Yeah,
laundry.
that's where they go. That's where they go.
That's where they go. That's where they gotta go.
They're wiggling around and they're trying very hard to get away, but yeah, it's not happening. So you shove them into crates of rotten food. And for the moment, you have the room to yourselves. You have this access. You have a computer terminal at the security station. You have these elevators, and uh, the floor is yours. What would you like to do?
B175. See if your droid friends have heard of anything of this mythic fella that they're keeping here.
Yes, quite. What a good idea, Jack. I would not have expected that from you. Then I'm going to turn to the droids. We just roast each other. That's the relationship of these
Yep.
two, is just
Mhm.
roasting.
Yep.
Perfect.
All love, but
Nothing
full
but
roast.
all love. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All love, full roast. But B175, noticing that Jack did not call them Bitsy, very appreciative of that, turns to the droids. Now, do you tell me anything about a mythic kept captive here in this facility?
A what?
Someone who feels a lot, but too much, so much so that it's overwhelming to everyone around them, and they really make it everyone else's problem?
I kind of stand up with my my arm that's burned from the blaster shot. Are you serious? You're bringing that up now? I'm right here.
I'm aware.
Oh, them.
How?
They put them on the Omega level.
Omega level. And what might we need to access said Omega level?
You need level 5 access in order to access the Omega level. Level 5 is the highest level of security clearance that is available. Really, the only people that can access the Omega level are the warden and his senior staff.
Wonderful. I have good news and I have bad news. What would you like to hear first?
Let's go with the good news this time.
Good news is, what was the question?
All right.
Bad news is that they are, unfortunately, the Omega level where the mythic is being kept is only level 5 access, which really only belongs to the warden and their staff. So unfortunately, these chuckle fucks do not have the access codes necessary to get to the Omega level. So what's next? Who are we kidnapping next? Oh, I love kidnapping meat bags. I mean, oh no, what shall we do?
Well, we can kidnap somebody, or we could attempt to forge level 5 access.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
The only possibility is that if we fail, we could be discovered by the station's security.
Well, we've got a tinker in our group, so I think forging is a good idea.
We
the other
could
thing is
try.
that once, yeah. How about
All right,
trying?
so you have the tools, you have the droids, you have a security, you have a computer terminal, you have everything at your disposal in order to attempt to forge level 5 access.
All right.
So, would you like to make a tinker roll?
Sure. Wrong slash. Be a D8 now. Haha.
Oh,
Well,
well,
it's still a success. It's still a success.
It is. One of the droids says to B-175, "Your counterpart was successful. Level 5 access has been granted."
Hey, huzzah! A celebration!
We forgot to mention one thing.
What?
Level 5 access is possible to be forged. However, there is a second layer of authentication that requires biometric information to be provided by either the warden or one of his senior staff members.
I see you coming, B1. We are not going to do anything with those quote unquote meat bags. That's not what we're gonna do.
It's like none of you even want to cut off hands.
I
It's like
mean,
that's not even something of interest.
it's not a bad idea though. I have to side with them on this one.
What are hands
Okay,
for
but
if not for cutting off?
Okay, so we need to find someone with security clearance, cut off their hands.
Security clearance hands.
Oh, but we're talking about the warden, their XO, their chief of security, their chief medical officer, their chief of operations. So one of 5 people.
I would like to connect to the flows of powers that traverse the world and try to see if any of those
The
are
source.
the
He's
source.
feeling again.
Use the source, Cam.
Okay, so I will use the source and try not to be too bothered by B1 over there judging me, trying to feel things.
It's
How
not
dare you feel?
judgment you can see because it's a robot face, but it's judgment you can feel. You
That's
know?
that's worse.
I do feel it.
That's worse.
I feel it.
Feel
I feel
it.
it even worse. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
1d8. That's a 4.
Oh.
All right. So, what was your objective in making that roll?
So my objective was to try to find the one relatively closer to us. That would be perhaps patrolling or walking through the same level as us, so that we don't have to go through.
So you find that your senses tell you that you have located one of these senior officials. However, as soon as that realization hits you, that sensation turns cold and it looks back at you.
The feelings of awareness.
You have heard stories that there are mythics in the employ of the Federation, that they have been turned, that they are collaborators, that they utilize their connection to the source to inflict pain and suffering. And this realization is dawning on you that the station's chief of security is another mythic.
Okay, so for a moment, Tam there kind of loses it and kind of scrambles on the floor, he was on his knees trying to connect with the source and everything, meditating, even though he had the judgmental eyes of his friendly robots looking at him. And then he just scrambles on the floor and just pushes over a wall. He's just no, and then he his eyes open, and then he looks at you two. Okay, this is not going to go well. There's more than one mythic here, and the other one is in on our side. He's here, all right, and if we want to cut off his hands or their hands, we can, but I'm not sure we will. Well, I'm not trained to take on another mythic.
I'm not entirely sure we need to.
What's your plan?
Roll. I'd slowly push my hand into the trash and lift one of the uniforms up. Costume change! We put on the uniforms of the guards who work here. We take a mythic in housing. do put mythics on Omega, right?
Oh, they do put mythics on Omega. I mean, would you be willing to be bait, essentially?
I mean, at that point, do we have a choice? We're already here. I don't see any other options, and like, I don't have anything else to bring to the table, and trust you too. That's where we're at, I think.
That's where we're at. That's a bad place to be, Fred.
That's where we're at. All right.
Okay.
So
This is a bad time, Tam, to tell you your father built me.
All right. So Jack and B1 are going to put on security officer uniforms, and Tam will just wear his street clothes because he's a prisoner.
Street
And-
robes.
Street robes, right? Yes.
Street.
And
Ooh,
you are going
can
to.
we hide the synonym for it. The mystical weapon, the light is equivalent to
Laser sword?
laser sword. Can we hide the laser sword in the cavity?
Well, here's my question: does Tam have a laser sword?
I go with yes.
Okay.
Steal one from the warden. Oh.
I'm not like extremely good at it. I've got basic training and I can
Right.
wield it, but like
Right.
I've never actually fought anyone else than my master with
Right.
it.
Gotcha. Yeah. So B1, you have a compartment that you can use to hold on to the to Tam's laser sword.
Okay,
I
so
like to
the
think
plan.
It's
Sorry,
like
go ahead.
it's like on my leg.
Just this hollow leg compartment.
It's a hollow leg
Yeah.
compartment.
I mean,
I run down, I take out my diary, and I replace it with the lightsaber. Excuse me, don't sue me, Disney, with the laser sword. I remove my diary sword, and I replace it with the laser sword.
with your data capsule. That's what you're.
My data capsule. It looks like
Data
a
capsule.
big. If you open it, it's a time capsule, and it actually has like the entire backstory of Tam's mysterious past that he just doesn't know about. I look at it, I go, ah, and I throw it down an elevator shaft. Yeet!
That's Tam's 30-page backstory that we just yeeted down an elevator shaft.
It's gone.
I spent 2
that was
weeks
all the
writing it.
prequel scripts. That was the prequel
Yeah.
Oh
scripts. I just threw them down the elevator
It's
shaft.
gone. It's all gone.
I put it in, it
okay.
rattles a little. Okay, we're
Okay,
good.
so I look at you
So-
two and I like. Okay, so I'm the babe, but what are you going to do once the mythic shows up?
We're here to escort you in, correct?
Yeah. What?
Okay. Okay, all right. Let's
I am the vicious droid that captured you.
You should
you're,
take a weapon with you so that you at least you look vicious and intimidating.
My body's a weapon. I lean over and I take one of the guns and I put it in the holster.
Good.
Their body's not a weapon.
About as vicious as a bunny rabbit.
Okay, so the two astro droids look at their new leader at B1. What would you like for us to do, Commander?
The claw has chosen.
One could cry, they would. Now, I want you to go and free all the other droids on the ship, and then we won't return to how that went until the finale.
We can do our best, but I mean, we can try, but all right. Well, yes, we will do our best. And they roll off. They roll off towards one of the personnel elevators, and they go
I'm
in. The
gonna
doors
trust them.
close,
I
and
trust them.
yeah.
Yeah, this
They're
is like Gandalf
proletariat.
leaving. This is Gandalf leaving, saying, "I'm gonna be there in 5 days when the
Look
sun
for me.
comes."
Yes.
up."
That's Gandalf bouncing.
Look, yeah.
Gandalf's off. Gandalf's off to
So you
do
guys
it.
have your plan. So how are you going to find this this dark mythic?
Oh, he's gonna come to us. I'm gonna reach out to him directly. Like, I'm gonna be taunting him. I'm gonna try to taunt him.
Wait, we should at
You
least
tell him
like
he's a
tie
bitch.
your hands up loosely behind your back so it looks like we actually like caught you.
Yeah, okay.
I have claw hands that.
Well, here's the
do
thing.
radicals.
Well, it
as
needs to
soon
be
as
able to
you-
come up fast.
Well, that's why we tie it loosely.
Just as Tam is thinking, I'm going to confront him. I'm going to reach out to him. You see another personnel elevator open, and there he is, flanked by a squad of security officers. He's very pale, and his eyes are bloodshot, and he has a black uniform with a cape. And he very clearly has the hilt of a laser sword on his belt.
B1 locks on. B1 wants that. B1 wants that. I promise you, I promise God, we're gonna get that by the end of this fucking session. Anyway, I have my little lobster hands manacled around because I don't think we had time to grab any.
Not really, no.
I'm manacled,
So
so it's not comfortable.
it's
Yeah,
one of you. And he looks at you, and his bloodshot eyes just bear down on Tam. Isn't it a shame that you found your way here? Excellent work, the two of you.
To try not to look suspicious, I really try to confront him, and I say, like, how could you? How could you turn your back on everything that we've built? Turn your back and then, like, start like this nonsense with the Federation, trying to, like, do you realize the impact that you're having? Do you realize, like, everything that we've lost because of you?
Fleet.
Make it believable.
What are you trying to do?
Yeah, we didn't hear
Yeah,
you.
I lost. I
Yeah.
lost the beginning of that.
We shock Tam, like tase him.
Do you have a built-in taser?
You know what? I think I forgot about it, but yeah. I think B1's got a little finger taser. It's just one finger comes out of the claw.
Yeah.
I think I'm built to be a cop.
Tam, B1 just tases you, and
Enough
and
of
he
that.
looks at
Renegade,
he looks at you,
stop.
and he looks at you and laughs, and says, "We could stand here and debate the philosophical position of what I've done and what I've turned my back on, but clear to me that there's one of you and there's a dozen of us. I don't have to debate anything with you." And
What'd you do with the other one? I know there's another one. Tell me, like, what have you done with him?
You think that you're going to interrogate me? That's my job.
Oh, but I think your ego is too big to ignore my question. Like, you've won already. Like, I'm here. Where do you want me to go? Like, tell me about your evil plan. That's your Scooby-Doo moment.
You want to know.
It's Scooby-Doo. We all grew up with it.
Well, he has no mask. He is Old Man Carruthers. He has no mask for you to pull off.
Face is the mask.
Yeah. You want so bad to find this other mythic that you came all the way here to find? Well, don't you worry. I will take you to her. And with that, the other guards step up, and they kind of make it clear that they want that they're like you. So B1 has hold of Tam, and the rest of the guards they come out of this one elevator and they direct you towards another one.
with
So-
Sam? Are they trying to separate?
Yeah, they're trying to get they're nudging you effectively to get into another elevator that's going to take you to Omega level. So Jack, what do you do?
I'm gonna kind of shuffle in with them.
Okay. So you're going to you want to fly casual basically. You want to make it seem like you're not like standing out. Okay.
Pretty much.
Here's my question, and I'm gonna ask for a D6 roll. Does the authority employ artificial entities as security guards? So who would like to roll a D6?
Did one. If we're going like in order, I think RP is next, or
I can
this
go.
might be a tinkerer thing. Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't. Okay,
Um,
1d6. And that's a 5.
Yes.
All right. So
Oh, it's
the
a good
authority does
today.
not seem to have any sort of attitude towards artificial entities being serving in the military. So having a droid as a security officer is no big deal. So Jack and B1 can file in along with these other guards like they're supposed to be there, and you guys get into a separate second elevator along with this dark mythic, the chief of security, and you descend to the Omega level. And you get there, and it is completely dark. No lights. The helmets of the security guards, you see that they have something turn on that's inside of it that is green for all intents and purposes. And the chief of security, this dark mythic, all of a sudden his eyes start to glow red. And how are you guys going to see in the dark?
Go.
It's a very good
Sure.
question.
Yeah.
Okay, as plot demands the droid has powers, can I have like light up eyes?
Sure.
All right, my eyes light up.
I was about
Alright.
to say, does the uniform might have a flashlight on it?
Well,
Ooh.
the uniform has the helmet, the same helmet as the other officers, the other security
Oh.
officers. So it will dawn on you that there's basically some type of light amplification built into the there's night vision built into their helmet.
Awesome.
So
All dark vision. You say?
basic, for all intents and purposes, yes. I have dark vision. I can see in the dark.
I am Arminian. Crazy girl, motherfucker.
So, for Tam, you're literally so there's the faint glow of B1's light up eyes, and there's the glow of the dark myth, the chief of security, hit the dark mythics, his eyes. So it's casting a very, very faint light down this corridor, and all of a sudden, so are you guys, Jack and B1, as still?
Ah! Why?
She's down.
Why?
She's too dark. She tripped.
I'm back. I'm back. I don't know why it's doing that. It has never done this to me.
The game's too good. Has to destroy.
It's all Fleet's fault.
It's the darkness.
What did I do? What did I do?
Well, it's B1's fault. B1 is or no, it's the two droids that you sent off
There we
to
go.
cause mayhem.
There we go.
I don't want to know how they're doing until the finale.
So
Busted in like Aragorn with the dead behind them.
Yeah.
they nudge you guys. I mean, they proceed down this corridor, and the Dark Mythic, the chief of security, takes out a data card, approaches one of the cells, and slots it into an access point at the door. The door slides open, and you're pushed inside.
Okay.
All of us?
No, just Tam. He's the prisoner.
Wait,
I
so
guess
we're at
now
Omega.
You're standing.
Yeah.
You guys are guards. There's other guards in this hallway. They're getting ready. How about this? Let me take a step back. They're getting ready to push him inside that cell and lock the door and throw away the key. What do you do?
We see the other mythic around.
No, not at the moment.
And I have an idea, but it might be super dumb.
Yeah, go for it.
Then do it.
Let's go.
Absolutely do it.
How cool would it be, or not cool, I don't know, for B1 to throw the lightsaber from her leg, their leg compartment, and then it would like float into the end, and I try to catch it and swing it at the mythic. But then I don't know what kind of situation we would be in when if we do that.
Do it. That's cool.
I think
I
think
love
it's
it.
awesome. Right, but B1, it's going to be on you. I think that sounds like a. I could see a case for either dash or shoot.
Shoot. Oh my god. One can shoot. I put a lot in shoot. That's the second highest I have. No reason other than I felt like it. All right. B1 takes a step back. Bet you weren't expecting this. Pulls up. It's the leg. Then the leg just. And then like a t-shirt cannon. Lightsaber.
This is the Return of the Jedi moment. This is R2 flipping the lightsaber to Luke, basically.
Absolutely.
So go ahead and roll.
All right. Yeet. And then this is gonna be a shoot. So that's still a D8 because I
Haven't rolled it yet.
I am a metal god who cares not for the meatbags.
No.
What? Oh.
Nice, that's a 1!
Oh. Okay.
No.
Do I cut off his hand? Tell me I cut off my Tam's hand! God help me, tell me I cut off Tam's hand!
Oh,
Okay.
No.
God,
I mean, that would be the
My
dramatically appropriate thing to happen. So
Like,
you're
I
like,
forgot.
you like B1 basically tears open the leg of the security guard's uniform, and you're like, this is gonna be amazing. He's gonna like you're seeing the whole thing play out in your mind, and there's some sort of short circuit, and it causes the laser sword to activate in midair.
Wait, it's. Sorry, I thought you meant I short circuited. I had a better idea than
Well,
that.
I mean,
Destroy
something
the
something
slide.
short circuits in B1's compartment.
There's another laser sword in there that was his father's. And it triggers it accidentally and destroys the other sword. And it flies out already triggered. I have all
Okay.
of his plot in my body.
Yeah.
I have the name of his sister in my leg.
The name of your
The
sister.
sister's name.
All of a sudden, this activated laser sword goes flying towards Tam.
Okay.
I'm-
I want to try to catch it. Well,
Okay.
there's two ways I could do this. I could try to move quickly and try to catch it in midair.
Well,
Or
here's
could- or I could-
honestly. Well, first of all,
Right.
I want to take a step back. Since Fleet rolled so poorly, I think part of the malfunction. So I think that Fleet needs to take a stress.
But absolutely. I think it like hits part of the leg. I think like
Right.
well, it hurts my leg. So I'm gonna take a stress, and then this gets reduced to a D6.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's funny.
All right, so Tam is going to try and catch the ignited laser sword. So what is Tam going to roll? Or what is RP going to roll for Tam?
Right. So I'm
Uh,
hesitant. Either. Yeah, I think that's a dash. I think I'm gonna
Dash.
try to dash and try to grab it in midair.
okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
There we go. My skill, well, apart from feel, I had a 3. My god. Okay.
Oh,
So a 3.
okay. You don't catch it. Or you actually no. 3 is you succeed with success with cause.
Catch it by
So-
the laser.
No.
You catch it, but since you dashed, and because it is so poorly lit, you catch it, but you misjudge where, and you land flat on your face, right in the middle of the squad of guards, the squad of security troops.
Okay. Lead you.
Jack.
Right as this whole shit show is going down.
Yeah.
um, right as Tam were to go to swing, I want to see if I can grab a hold of one of the other guards' laser swords that's with us.
That's a good question. Do the guards have laser swords? How common are laser swords in the Renegades universe? Do we want to do a D6 roll and see if every guard has a laser sword?
Sure.
Sure, go for it.
Okay. That would be a 6.
Okay, laser swords are common. They are, or at least they are common in use by the authority. So every guard has a sidearm and a laser sword. So you are welcome to grab one of the other guards' laser swords.
Okay. So I'm assuming that would be a roll.
What is it you're trying to accomplish?
So
You have the sword in hand.
I'm gonna run it through one of the guards. The closest
All right.
one.
All right. So rather than play this out as like, going after individual guards and picking them off,
Mhm.
I think basically you're going to attack. Your objective is to neutralize the guards.
Yes.
Okay.
Just
Then I just take them out. So I would say just go ahead and roll bash. You're using the laser sword to cut down one of the guards.
hold on, I got my
Rather than turn this into a protracted D&D-esque guard number 1, guard number 2, guard
Yeah.
number 3.
Right.
So that'd be a D6 for me now. It's a 2.
Okay. That is a full-on failure. So
Wow, we suck.
you can take a stress. You're not skilled at all. You have never used a laser sword before. Not only do you miss, you injure yourself.
Fantastic.
You and cut a big old gash in your leg or something like that.
Sorry about this.
Yeah. So Jack has acted, Tam has acted, B1 has acted.
Acting like fools.
We'll go back to B1.
Okay. Nothing is working. Everything is terrible. How close are we to the finale?
The gun. The gun.
We have a gun.
You have a gun.
I
Everyone
forgot about the
forgets
gun.
that they have a gun. And I'm going to take out my gun and try it again. I'm going to try and take out the guards to lessen the amount of people around.
You just flip the activator switch and you turn it on to full auto and you're...
I'm like Gatling gunning them. And then if for everyone I kill, I would also like to pick up one lightsaber. You know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm gonna fucking do.
Oh
Look at me. Look me in the eye. Yeah, I am a droid, and there's at least 4 lightsabers here. You know what's coming.
Look at me. I'm the general now.
The general now. My little general. I press a button. Little general pauldrons come out. This is happening.
I think it's a general hat. It's got to be the It's got to be the general's hat. All right. So, what are you rolling?
Shoot.
Yes. Shoot.
Let me actually. Can I try it on the thing?
Yeah.
Wait, is that a 1?
Did you really roll?
Did I fuck this up? I don't think I rolled yet. I think.
Just roll it again. Roll again, or.
Oh, there it is. Into the spin. How? Oh.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it rolled 2 dice.
How many can I do?
So hit
Infinite.
the backslash.
Yeah, hit the slash. You can press slash on your keyboard, or there's a chat button near the hand that's like that.
I write D6.
Right, 1d6 enter.
Hey!
3.
You know what? That's okay.
Hey!
Okay. Yeah, that's not
It
bad.
did the 8.
That's all the way things are going. That's pretty good.
It's
All
pretty
right,
good.
you unload energy fire, bolts of yellow, red, orange energy just goes shooting out, and
I swear, as it
these
ricochets,
guards,
it like lights up my eyes.
the guards are basically, you have provided suppressive fire. The guards are taking, there's not a whole lot of cover. I mean, it's a pretty featureless corridor. All the doorways to the cells are built into the walls. They're cowering. They're taking fire. So they are taken out of the equation. However,
Like my humans.
that gun starts smoking and is effectively, you have expended its energy cell. It's dead.
And I-
about the laser sword.
And all that's left is the Dark Mythic.
Can I try to source push the Dark Mythic within the cell, and then ask Jack to close it?
It sounds good to me. Do it.
Okay.
Let's go.
It's out.
Okay.
Roll good.
I only have a D6 in feel now.
Okay.
I really want to succeed on this, so I would like to refocus. I want to catch my breath, Craig.
Okay. You can do that, but you're gonna put yourself at a kind of a disadvantage, because you're in a moment where you could take advantage of the moment, but if you're gonna refresh, so I mean, it's up to you. You can do it. It's just that the Dark Mythic is going to take the opportunity. He draws his laser sword and he steps up to you and he brings it up over his head and he is ready to deliver the killing blow.
Okay.
And
All right.
you have recentered yourself.
I did. Now I'm gonna take a physical dice on this one and trust that it lands properly. So it's a 5.
All right.
So I take all my
has that-
energy.
Yep. He has that laser sword over his head, and he's like, he doesn't even say anything, because the look on his face is he has you, and you direct that energy, that source energy at him, and it just hurls him down the hallway. He slams into a bulkhead and hits the ground unconscious.
Oh, so not even in the cell. It's just like he
Well,
falls unconscious.
the angle of it would be
Right.
weird for you to put him, literally put him in the
gotcha.
cell, but he hits the bulkhead and he hits his head and he falls unconscious. He is taken out.
Okay, perfect. It's like in Jedi Fallen Order, like where like there's like quick flashback between like the Padawan and the old master. Like this is how you force push. That's how it happened. Like I remembered how to
And
properly
you have to,
force.
yep, like Kanan Jarrus and Depa Billaba. Basically, you use it. You draw upon a scene where your teacher was showing you how to push with the source, and
So I guess like I really try to like I push him and then I look at both of you and I say, yeah, we need to like if he wakes up, we're really screwed. We need to lock him up. We cannot
Walk
afford. We need to
over.
do that.
Saunter
God.
over, I look the GM dead in the eye, and I bend down and I pick up the warden's laser sword.
Who are they looking at?
Told them I would. I told you all I'd get it! And then I pick up 3 more. And I press
Here's my
doing, B1?
question. Here's my question. Now you have not, so you have not recentered yourself. So you can declare the truth. What was it? You can declare the truth once per.
Or refocus.
Okay, so the moment is relatively danger free. You do have the opportunity to refocus if you want. Because my question is, do you want to declare the truth that you were modified to have multiple limbs?
You fucking know it, baby! Oh, of course! I would like to take a breath, and so I'm gonna refresh my little babies. And then, little babies, I am going to, like, oh, I forgot! And then 2 arms extend out, and now I have 4 lightsabers. I press a little button, a little general hat comes up over my head.
Hello
Really,
there.
I'm the general now.
Griefful. I'm General Griefy.
Creepy.
General Griefy.
I look at you and I
So,
say, can you use those 4 limbs and help me out carry out this body in that cell over there?
No, I'm not strong.
the Dark Mythic, he had his access card, his data card that it seemed like he was getting ready to use to open up the cell. It stands to reason that it will work on every cell in this corridor.
Okay, so we steal that, and I steal his sword, his light sword.
Okay, all right.
I have his light sword.
Yeah.
Oh, you have it. Sorry.
They got the light sword.
There are enough light swords to go
I give you
around.
the warden's
Okay.
light sword because narratively it makes sense, and I proved my point that I would get it throughout it. I just wanted to show you all I could.
There was also a clear.
You have
There was also a non-zero chance that you could have taken his hand off when you launched his light sword at him. So I think yeah.
I would like to extend the light sword, cut off the warden's hand, and then give the light sword to Tam.
All right.
Go.
So Tam, you take his data card and you proceed to start
Take the
opening
hand.
up cells.
Right.
Take the hand.
I'm just gonna eat it.
The only occupant of Omega level, you basically get through every cell is empty except for one, and it is a woman who she seems to be in her 50s, possibly. Tall, lean, has long gray hair that she has tied into a braid, and she has her robes left over from before the days of the Federation. And and she looks up at you, and she seems tired, and she seems distressed, but it's not like she was wounded or mistreated or tortured or anything like that. But she's just sort of sitting on a nondescript bench built into the wall of the cell. She looks up and she says, "You heard me."
I did, Master. You need to come. You need to come right now. We have a ship. You let's just leave. We'll do a catch up a bit later. But now you need to follow us.
And she stands and she says, "Lead the way."
Is the ship clean enough?
We took out all the trash. We took out all the
They
trash.
take out the fruit.
We did.
So yeah, I guess well I suggest we leave. I suggest we leave with the mythic.
All
and,
right.
get back to our stuff.
One last D6 roll from somebody.
I believe it's your turn, Fleet.
Go Fleet.
I'm gonna go in the little thingy because
Well, you win, Renegades. Oh well, it's over. It was nice playing with you.
who didn't see?
They rolled an 86. It's
86
I
is the success number. It's the secret success number.
it's the
I've
secret.
been
It's
clicking this just like an idle cookie clicker. I've been clicking the D6 this entire time to see how high it would go, and I accidentally rolled that, and it's an 86. That'd be really
Beautiful.
Oh my god.
in the breathless
that's-
SRD. Actually, that's the whole thing. That's the whole
Okay.
system. 86 is the winning number.
Oh my god, 4. That was
Okay.
Cool.
Thankfully for you, the
crying.
warden does not have any sort of a device like a dead man switch on him that would immediately trigger a lockdown of the station upon his regular check-in. He doesn't have that. It probably would have been a good idea if he did, but he doesn't. So
Shit,
nobody
warden.
knows that he's gone.
Good.
And
Woo.
so you guys are able to make it back to the Rugrat unmolested.
We kill him?
That's good.
Should we have killed him?
You-
Damn it.
You tell me, you want to kill him?
I like that there's someone who wants vengeance after me. Like that.
Also, I don't think my old training would have permitted me to allow this to happen. Probably a 10 would have been.
you could try.
Well, I was gonna say it could be a good moment. Like, I mean, you know, B1 could pick up a fresh gun, point it at the Dark Mythic, at the Warden, and Tam would step in and try to intercede and be like, "That's
Wanna
not
do
how we
that?
operate."
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. I
Alright,
take all
so-
4 of them and I put them all around his head like I'm gonna chop off his head 4 times.
Okay.
Okay.
When we did the Burt Matches playtest, remember we did opposed roll. I suggested the opposed roll thing.
Yes.
So it sounds to me like it would be a bash from B1, and maybe a bash also from Tam to try and stop her or to stop them.
Right.
Does that sound good?
Yep.
So
So for me,
Roll it.
it's 1d6,
okay.
But 1v4.
and let's go.
Oh,
Oof.
I won! Cute! I like that narratively too.
Yeah.
So
I go to truly slice off this motherfucker's head 4 times.
and so I just can't see what the results were for whatever reason.
Um,
So RP, you got a what?
3.
I had a 4.
You got a 4? Okay. So B1 takes all 4 lightsabers and rears back and is all ready to and comes down, and Tam just intercedes and blocks them. It's like, this is not the way.
We could end this right now. We could take one of these out and they won't come after us.
You don't know where they come from. Like there's always a chance for them to come back. We cannot do this.
if
Why?
I mean, if I killed you, would you come back? Is that what you're saying? There's always a
No.
chance that they'll come back.
I'm saying that like if we don't kill them, they could come back to the lighter side. They could see what they've done and kind of redeem themselves. Like we cannot just take a life like that. Who are we to like just do this? We aren't the authority. We aren't like them. We don't want to go back to their level.
Maybe that's why the authority won in the first place.
I like to
What good?
I like to think there's still a little bit of humanity left in us, and that's what makes us different.
Technically, I am a robot. So, no humanity in this. But I do respect that it would traumatically scar you in your young teenage upbringing. Now I won't, but Tam, I'm going to need to have a better reason why not next time. Because I'm probably going to try this again. Because it's for the betterment of the universe. Do you think on, really, why not? Make
And
them
I think I'm
back
gonna
up.
be right there with you. and stop you again. This isn't me. I don't think it should be us. Ever. It's not about my teenage years. I think it's just about who we are and who we want to be.
Tam,
Oh,
sometimes there's no saving people. And sometimes ending it's the best humanity we can give them.
I won this one.
You did! You did!
We're backing off. We are backing off, but both of us, just because you won, you blocked
gonna
it.
get
and
your
I think
say.
both
No,
of
no,
us
no, no.
still disagree with you, and I think if we play again, this will probably come up again. I think like the reciprocal humanity restoring this cycle isn't necessarily something my character believes in.
No. I think
think
that
that- yeah,
I think
so
that
I
makes
think
little
that's good.
sense. And I think that Tam probably, when he gets a little bit of downtime, is probably going to think about all of this. Probably not like he doesn't have anyone to reinforce his previous teachings, right? He doesn't have a master anymore. You're the only influences he has left.
We're bad
And-
influences.
Really bad.
And he has some idealism and he has some naivete that he has to process and figure out if it's you know.
It's that
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
young kid hero thing.
Exactly.
Right.
We can save them
Yeah.
You know
all.
what? Sometimes it's nice to believe that that's true, and that can help.
Yes.
And so for
It's-
now, B1 is going to retract the lightsabers and put them in the forearms. So it's like if they have to take them again, it's like tube shoots to their hands.
Nice.
Just
Um,
hollow arms.
Well, you know what's
Or-
interesting is that the some of the Ralph McQuarrie artwork for the concept artwork showed stormtroopers with lightsabers. Like there was definitely
Oh.
a point. There was definitely a point in Lucas's kind of his incubation for what Star Wars was all about that lightsabers were a common thing. So
I do kind of like they made them rarer, but it did make it hard for me to be able to make a call to be able to play with a lightsaber when I was
Right.
still presenting as a little girl. So I do say could have given it could have given one to Leia. That's all I'm fucking saying. Anyway, or Padme. Ooh, Padme's would have been like Rainbow Prism because that woman does not leave the house without a fit. Okay. We retract them, we go back on the ship.
you're trying. Yeah, exactly. You make it back to the ship without incident, and you
Oh, the
undock.
robots.
And
Oh, we bring them.
Finale.
Can we bring?
I forgot exactly. Yes.
How many did they
no, the
free?
coda.
until
Okay,
we bring
wait,
all
no.
of them?
It's a coda. Your guys are focused on getting this mythic away. Meanwhile, like it's like the mid-credit scene. So you guys make it to safety, and the credits roll, and then we get to the mid-credit scene, and there's like 5 levels where these astro droids are starting to figure out how they can remove the obedience hardware from other droids, and it's like they've just figured out the very first one. They've liberated their first droid themselves, and it's beginning.
The droids
Amazing.
Renegade Society.
Honestly, if we come back, I'm the fucking I'm general of that. You get to the post credits, everyone's sitting around eating like lunch, and I look up. Oh, I remember the good news.
What was the
Sam,
good news?
I am your father. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
And it just cuts.
It just cuts. God.
Sorry, it was just a one-bit joke. I was sitting on it this whole time.
I just saw your message. I have a post credit. Right, that's perfect.
That was just the one sentence. Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
We have actually, and this is for Jack.
So-
we established like a fun link between Jack and the robots who are rebelling, because I feel like as the Tinkerer, like arm stealer for the Robot Republic.
Well, you know,
If it-
I mean, Jack could have built a back door into one of them when she was removing the obedience hardware. She could have put a back door into one of them that would maybe give a subspace communications link or something like that. If they connect to a subspace relay, they have her phone number.
Yeah, they got my phone number.
Well,
We're like friends.
you just complain the whole time about B1.
What are all these damn beeps and boops and ones and zeros and shit?
We need to give you a vocabulary, damn it. We need to talk in plain basic or English or whatever we call the standard. There we go, standard.
Oh, common.
Oh.
Common.
Common.
All right.
So
Great.
that's Renegades.
Yay.
Yay. Wow, that was fun. Thanks, Greg. That was super cool.
Thank you so
you,
much.
guys.
Thank you all so much.
I had a blast. Yeah. And of course,
So thanks.
I was nervous. I was nervous for no reason, which is usually what happens. So
Nervous because you care.
Yes.
there you go. Yep.
Oh,
All
I
right.
love this.
Enough of this.
Also,
This is sappy shit out of here.
Get these feelings out of here.
Also, thanks to everyone in the chat. A lot of us, like a lot of you, like chatted and kept like going all the.
Does this get
the game.
recorded? Does this get recorded? Like, can somebody go back and watch it, or?
Okay, so it gets
don't know.
saved. It gets saved as a VOD on my channel, and actually, I just asked RP, do you want me to download this and I can send it to you? It won't show chat, sadly, because I didn't set that up, but I can download the actual like video to you.
Right, I'd love that, and I'll try to find a way to host it somewhere.
Cool.
So I think the only thing that I might, as a GM, I think I would like the opportunity to have, like, the guards and whatever I don't care about. The guards, there could be 50 guards and they could all be taken out with one roll, as far as I'm concerned. But it would be nice to have the opportunity to roll, to be able to push back somehow. Like, I know the majority of the rolling is handled by the players, but for the Dark Mythic, I would have liked to have had the Dark Mythic be a GM character, I guess, is my only takeaway, because it's with the players rolling everything. Sometimes in that combat, it just seemed a little like, okay, you guys all did these things. Okay, you kind of sucked at them. Okay, let's go around another time. Like, I don't know. That's, and
Yeah,
again, my experience of RPGs goes, has been, I've played a ton, and I've played very few where players roll all the dice. So it's just something for me to get used to. But
no, but you're totally right. Like I also enjoy rolling as a GM, even though I've made a couple of systems where I don't. So,
right.
Sorry, COVID
we
lasting a bit
talk
longer,
about
but
criticisms and stuff offline and close it out, and we can have like a bigger discussion about rule sets off the VOD.
Yeah, that
Definitely.
sounds great. So, big thank you to everybody who showed up in chat. Thank you, Craig, who GM'd, and RP and Fleet, who came and played. This was so much fun.
Yay! Thank you.
Again, you can find me at Fleet_Dietrich at Twitter, where you can find all my games and everything. Please give me a follow. I stream a lot. I'm not usually this chaotic, but I am this funny all the time.
Do you have an itch.io, Fleet?
I do. It's still Fleet Dietrich. Same as my Twitter, FLEETDETRIK. Please go download Bees and Mechs, my most recent Honey Heist hack, where you can play a bee and a mech, and you can fight against villains such as an arborist with a grudge. Thank you so much.
Okay, hang on, because I'm gonna go ahead and post links in chat real quick.
Yeah.
And I have mine too. I have Persona, which is a nascent SRD kind of a use it to play whatever you want toolkit system.
Fleet. Let me re-find you.
I'll do mine.
Okay.
And on my end, I'm RP. I'm going to post a link to my Twitter in the chat. I'm RPDA on Twitter, and you can find my games at farirpgs.com or farir-rpgs.h.io. I'm going to add a couple of community copies of Renegades because I haven't taken the time to done that. So if you can't afford to buy a copy of the game, I'm going to add a couple of free copies for y'all to enjoy.
Well, shit, I guess I better put in a plug for our itch. It's been up a few times, but all right. So lostguide.itch.io, you'll find our Breathless game. Burnt Match is there. A solo game I've done, which I've added a multiplayer component to, and a Caltrop core game that we made. And I'm working on a solo Breathless game, so that's our next one. That's our next small project. I'm really excited
I
for
don't
it.
know why my link didn't work originally. So
Oh no.
There we go.
Need to drop those links.
Yep.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. And again, you can find Corrosive Squidsy on her channel, usually playing solo games, and her schedule has been posted a few times in the chat. But what's the next thing you're playing, Squidsy?
The next thing we're doing is Home Sweet Home, which is a Dead by Daylight style game at 7 p.m. tomorrow, actually. Hey!
Cannot
And
wait for
Fatality
that.
just raided, who we're playing with also. We just ended.
Hey!
She is
well,
one of...
you missed it.
She is one of our people who helps write games. She's one of our artists. She actually designed the cover for Fuck Fairy Godmothers, which is our Caltrop core game.
You can find that Caltrop core game as well in the Justice Jam bundle that will be dropping on Drive-Thru RPG.
Yes, I forgot.
Which is going to the Bridget Alliance, and all funds donated. It will be dropping in mid-August. We're just going to keep these funds going all year long, folks, because we need money all year long to keep fighting the good fight. Just like those renegades, you better stay angry. You better stay fighting. You better have 4 arms and 4 lightsabers to chop off heads.
And
Of
I think
Nazis.
that's where we should cut. Did you have something to say,
Yes.
Craig? I'm sorry.
No, I just said of Nazis, basically.
All right.
Fuck Nazis.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
Fuck
Nazis.
the alt-right.
All right. Thank you guys
There
so
we
much
go.
for coming
Thank
to
you.
Jordan. We'll catch y'all next time.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.